This is the question that you need to try for your SCR characteristic gate SCR gate characteristics. So an SCR has a VI characteristics as VG is equal to 1.58 Ig. In a certain application, gate voltage consists of a rectangular pulse of 12 volt with pulse duration of 50 microsecond and duty cycle of zero point 0.2. Find the value of Rs so that the peak power dissipation in the gate is 5 watt. So here it is talking about peak power. Okay, so power means Vg max, okay, or I max, like that. So you have to check about this, and you calculate the average power dissipation in the gate circuit. So I hope you try it by yourself. If you are not getting the answer, we will discuss it in the later half. Okay. So these are the characteristics of your SCR. Let us discuss about the or protection of SCR. Protection of SCR. So the SCR, how we can protect our SCR. So basically, what are the actual problems that comes across your SCR? First, we should discuss about this. So this is our SCR, and when this is our load. So suppose if we turn on the SCR by our gate circuit by giving the gate pulses, and it get turned on, and the current is flowing across it, right? And the current is flowing across it. Suppose if the rate of rise of this current that is flowing across it, okay, if di by dt I am talking about, if the rate of rise of current with respect to time is very fast compared to the spreading velocity of the charge, that means, like, this is my SCR, and there are charges here, right? These charges, electrons and holes, right? Now these charges, the current that is flowing here across this di by dt is very high compared to the spreading velocity, that is the mobility of your electrons. Okay, means electrons is lagging, but the current level is very high, okay, with respect to dt. Here how we can say that your electron current requirement, if you connect a very high large load across it, that suddenly you connect a very large load, and what happens that the rate of current will increase, and rate of current increase, but the electron movement is does not increase. So that is we are calling as spreading velocity of charge. Okay, so spreading velocity of the charge is not there, so that will result in hotspot. Okay, so that will result in your hotspot in in nearby areas. So that's the damage, you can say, that hotspot. I have discussed it in your this also, turn on characteristics also, hotspot. So this is the problem, that if your load suddenly increases but your electron or the electron movement is not right, so that is the problem. So how we can deal with it? By connecting a small inductor, suppose. So why we are preferring inductor? Because inductor opposes the rate of change of current, right? So here if I put a small inductor across a load, so what happens that once the SCR is turned on, this inductor opposes the change in current, rate of change of current, and it slows down the rate of change of current, or it limits the rate of change of current. Okay, and therefore, so that the movement of your electrons movement or spreading velocity can be adjusted and it can be avoided. So that is one of the reason. Next issue that comes in picture is your SCR can get can get turned on with a voltage across it, dV by dt, rate of change of voltage across it, right? If you change the rate of change of voltage across it, it can turn on. uh, I have we have seen, but we are not preferring this thing. Okay, I'll tell you why. So if you change the voltage across it, the J2 junction will get forward bias and there will be a breakdown, and the JT junction will get forward bias and it can transmit the current. But this type of change of voltage with respect to your anode to cathode voltage is termed as false triggering. False triggering. Okay, this is termed as false triggering because we are not preferring it to dv by dt, because there will be a huge potential across it. Huge potential across it means huge voltage across it, that is will be in the value will be in a kilovolt. Okay, and this voltage does uh, does not come only by your operation. This voltage can operate because of your load also. So you are actually connecting a load of, suppose there is an inductor. So this is an inductor you are connecting, and what happens inductor during the charging process, during this, suppose the when the current is flowing across it, if for the initial charging it is positive, it is negative, but while it is delivering, because current the rate of change of current means movement of the current movement is from up to down. So it won't change the direction of the current. Direction of the current will be remaining same. Once it gets charged, the polarity changes. So the polarity changes. What happens to the SCR? SCR potential will be, this is, so SCR potential will be like this. So how much voltage is coming across it? Vt. So if you draw the voltage Vt minus Vs plus Vt minus VL, that will be equal to 0. So Vt is nothing but Vs plus VL, right? So the load voltage plus the supply voltage is coming across your SCR, and there the problem occurs. Okay, so because of we are not giving anything, it is just because of the nature of your inductor nature, and because of that the voltage is coming across that, and that's why the problem occurs. So to avoid this problem, we are using snubber circuit. It is actually a series combination of resistance and inductance, capacitance, sorry. So there is a resistance and there is a capacitance, and then you connect it across your load. So what happens that this capacitance limits the voltage across, because capacitance value C dV by dt is, or dV by dt. So if you are connecting small capacitance, small capacitor, the charging capacity of your capacitor will be small. So the voltage across the SCR, even though the load is very high, the capacity of charging the SCR will be low compared to the previous condition. Okay, so you can save the device, because once you switch on the SCR, first the capacitor gets charges, and then the capacitor will allow the discharge from like this. Okay, and the current will flow like this, right? Now this I'll explain in your commutation circuit. But what happens that if your the limitation is put by your capacitor. Okay, so, and in order to maintain the limiting value of your current, charging current to the capacitor, we are putting this resistance. So these are the two methods that can be utilized for your uh, for protection of your SCR. There are many other recent advancement in the protection circuit also, but these are the prime things. Okay, let us discuss some of the numerical. So here, first numerical. So during the turn off process, a thyristor of a reverse recovery current, during the turn off process of a thyristor, the reverse recovery current of 10 ampere is interrupted in a time of 4 microsecond. A series inductance of 6 millihenry is connected. If the source voltage is minus 300 volt, calculate the peak voltage across the thyristor during the turn off. So if you remember, I have already discussed the on and off characteristics. So this is the turn on, and then it goes like this, like this. So this is the off characteristic, this is the current, right? uh, so this time actually it says that this is the time, this is the TQ time. So minimum time required during the for your uh, for the current to get negative and then it comes to zero, to turn off that minimum time, it says that it is 4 microsecond, right? And it is interrupting how much amount of current, that is 10 ampere, and there is a inductance of 6 millihenry connected, the source voltage. So definitely during this time the SCR must be reverse bias, then only it will get it will turn off. Okay, so reverse bias condition only it will turn off. So what happens that the circuit says that there is an SCR and there is a series inductor, and the voltage across this inductor is 300 volt. So that's minus, that's why I'm giving here plus and here minus. Okay, so this is my voltage, that is VL. So what about VL is equal to L di by dt, right? L di by dt. So if you integrate L into I, integrate both side, so you will get VL is equal to VL into T, capital time T, that is equal to L into I. Okay, so VL is equal to L upon I by T, right? I can write it like this. Now let us discuss how much amount of volt VL is compared. So VL, you can say that L is 6 millihenry, 6 into 10 raised to the power 3 minus 3 into L, I is 10, 10 upon what is total time T, time for time interval, that is 4 microsecond, 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. Okay, so if you calculate this, you will be getting VL is equal to 15 kilovolt. Okay, 15 kilovolt. Now, so 15 kilovolt is the potential, this potential like this, suppose. So now the potential is like this. What is the VT here? So you need to calculate the peak voltage. So you can write it plus 300 plus VT plus VL equal to 0. KVL equation here. Okay. So if you write VT is equal to minus 300 minus 15 kilovolt. So that will be approximately minus 15.3 kilovolt. So this is the amount of voltage that is coming across your SCR during the turn of time. So this is the very huge voltage. Okay, so that's the very huge voltage that is coming across your SCR, and it can be limited by using your uh, this snubber circuit. Okay, this can be limited by using a snubber circuit. So this is one of the problem for you to discuss. Now one more problem I will discuss here, or better you try by yourself, it will be beneficial for you. So there is a junction capacitance of a thyristor, that is your thyristor. There is a SCR, and this SCR has a junction. I have already discussed that your J2 junction behaves as a capacitor also, right? So there we have seen that C dV by dt, how we can change the voltage, that is your anode current also gets changes by your capacitance. See, if you change the voltage, anode current changes. So in the turn on characteristics, so there is an the SCR has a J2 capacitance of 20 microfarad. If the minimum turn on current is 15 microampere, 15 milliampere, determine the dV by dt value if the capacitor of point one microfarad is zero point zero 0.01 microfarad is connected across it. So there is a capacitor of 0.01 microfarad is connected across it. So you need to find out the dV by dt rating of the SCR. So I hope, just put the formula like this. Your capacitance, two capacitances comes in picture here. So this is one of the capacitance, say J2, right? So you do it, and I hope you will be able to solve it. So I think till now one more class is required for the unit 1 to complete, and I'll end it by, I think by Friday you have to when we will be discussing our live classroom class. So those who have doubts, you can either write it in the comment box, and so that I can directly take that answers in the live classes, and or because it will be beneficial, it will save our time. Okay, so start making your doubts. We will have a doubt clearing class in the on Friday session, inshallah. Okay, thank you.